Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to change colors in crochet. I'm going to show you how to change colors at the end of a row so you have a nice even edge, and how to change colors in the middle of a row. So let's start by telling you a little bit about the sample piece. I have a row of 10 single crochet to start my base with, and then here's the second row. I'm going to finish this last stitch in gray and then show you how to do the third row in yellow. So let me show you how to change colors. First, I'm going to complete this last row, this last stitch. Just going to work a regular single crochet, nothing fancy about that. And now, once I've completed my last stitch, I'm going to bring my new yarn, it's going to be yellow in this case, and I'm going to chain one with that new yarn. I'm going to hold the tail end that I just dropped of the gray and the yellow one together. I'm going to hold it to the back of the work right here, and I'm going to chain one. Just like that. Now I'm going to pull the end of the gray so that it's nice and tight, snug right there. You can also stop right now and tie these two ends together, but I don't bother. I'm going to turn the work around now, and I'm going to work normally, but I'm going to work with my yellow yarn now. So I'm going to insert my hook and continue working, just like that. I didn't do anything differently other than chain one in the different color, and that's how I'm going to get a nice clean edge. Oops. At the end of my row. So let me complete this row and then I'll show you what that side looks like. Okay, so once we finish working our normal row, this is how the normal edge looks like. This is how our colored changed end looks like. See? A nice even stitch. Your very first stitch is a yellow, and you can see a little bit of this gray over here, but that doesn't really matter. You can just tie these ends together or weave them in later, and it'll be a perfect change. Now, I'm going to undo this row, and I'm going to show you how to change colors in the middle of a row. So hang on a second while I do that, and I will be back to show you how to change colors. Now I want to change colors in the middle of a row. The sample piece is 5 stitches, or is 10 stitches, and I want the first 5 stitches to be gray and the next 5 to be yellow. So what I'm going to do is work 4 stitches normally, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and on this fifth stitch I'm going to change colors. So to do that, you're going to insert your hook into your stitch normally and pull up a loop. And now we're working in single crochet, so instead of yarning over with the same gray, I'm going to use my yellow. I'm just going to hold the tail ends behind along with that extra length of gray. Just going to hold it there behind the stitch, and I'm going to yarn over with yellow and finish the stitch with that color. Now you can see that my 5th stitch, the top of the stitch that you're going to see is going to be gray, but it starts the next stitch in yellow. So just like that, you've changed colors. Now you can tighten the tails here and hold them in place for a little bit while you work the rest of the row. And you can just insert your hook and continue working with your yellow and just work the rest of the row. We're going to ignore the tails for right now and just focus on creating our stitches. just like that. Okay, so now here we are at the end of the row, and you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gray stitches, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow stitches. And it's a perfect change. It doesn't involve anything else. You don't have to do anything special really, but you have the same number of the bodies in the same color, if that makes sense. So you don't have a chain where you don't have a space where the body is gray but the top is yellow, or the other way around. Sometimes some changes can do that, but it doesn't end up looking right. So let me show you what I mean by that actually. I'm going to undo this row that I just did, and I'm going to work in the way that you would initially think you're supposed to go. So I'm going to work my 5th chain, my 5th stitch. I'm going to complete it with the gray, and then if I start this next stitch that I want to be in yellow, if I start it with the yellow now, you're going to get a stitch that's half of each color. So I'm going to hold it behind, I'm going to insert my hook, and I'm going to grab that yarn to yarn over. Now my hook, I have one gray yarn and one gray loop and one yellow loop. If I yarn over and complete the stitch now, you see that I have a yellow body but a gray top of the chain. That's not what we want. We want our transitions to be smooth. So even if I complete this row, that's going to look a little bit off because that's not a smooth color change. So the best way that I found to do it is to finish that last stitch that you want in gray with the new color. So when you have 2 loops on your hook on your last stitch, then you can yarn over with the new color to change it, and then continue working with that new color. That way, the top and the bottom of your chain looks the same, and it's in the same color, and you have a nice smooth change. Okay, I hope you like this and you find it useful. This is one of my favorite things that I've learned, and it has made all of my color work projects much neater and cleaner, and I really like the way they turn out. Now when you finish your work, you just want to cut these tails off a little bit and then weave them in properly so that they stay tucked and tight against the work and they don't come undone. But other than that, you are done.